if everything goes well, we hope this is the time for the ANC, because within the council, the majority of the voters have actually voted the African National Congress. We are the largest party in council with 122. We have just lost one councillor. So the voice of the electorate must be respected, and therefore we are fielding a candidate. We are going to nominate Comrade Geoff as the mayor of Johannesburg, and we hope everything will go well. And then Comrade Nominates as the speaker of Johannesburg, and the rest will be history. That's our decision. We are going to nominate like any other parties.
SG, how have the discussions been going on between yourselves and the DA or the EFF? Are you willing to speak to the EFF and govern with them in the city of Joburg? Because last week the EFF announced that if the ANC votes with them in the city of Joburg, they will vote with the ANC in the city of Joburg. How are the discussions been going?
Well, in politics you talk to different parties, whether they agree, disagree, but you try and engage anybody for the sake of the city, and therefore such discussions will continuously take place. No, that's why we are fielding our own candidates.
Overwhelmed by the nomination and overwhelmed by the trust that the ANC has bestowed on me. But if we win, there's a big job ahead. So it's a sort of endorsement that would take with both hands, but it's daunting.
Geoff, there's been mixed reactions on Twitter. Some saying you're the epitome or you're the face of corruption.
Well, I don't know what they mean. If they believe that I am an epitome of something that I'm not, I know myself, the ANC know who I am. Most of the community of Johannesburg that I serve know who I am. And they know what I stand for, and they know what I've done for them. So I would not be put back by some unknown faces, maybe it's fake accounts or so, because of course there's been an incessant attack on my person. But I've taken it with a pinch of salt, because it happens in leadership, especially when you are in opposition with people who are very divisive. They tend to take it that the only way to get the opponent off is to tarnish their image and deal with their character. So I'm not faced.
Let's talk about the numbers. The ANC has numbers in council. You had 122. Unfortunately, you've lost that one due to the councillor who's actually passed on. You've got 121. But things might still work out in your favor. How are the deals going on, the brokering? There are murmurs that you and the EFF are actually talking. I saw the SG of the ANC, Ace Makashula. I saw the deputy president of the EFF, Floyd Shibambu. How are things looking for you guys?
Well, we're pretty confident. But like any other election, you have to wait till the lady sings. I don't want to say the fat lady, but the lady sings. We're pretty confident. One of the reasons why we left the announcement so late is because of the negotiations that have been going on. We've been consulting, we've been talking to parties. It's been sleepless nights. I mean, up until yesterday, very late at night, we were still in consultation. So from where we stand, we are pretty confident that we'll pull through as the African National Congress.
Okay. Let's also talk about the IFP. They're also seen as kingmakers. How are talks between the two? Because I know that they've signed a coalition agreement with the DA, but reports or murmurs on the ground from both party insiders saying that you two are talking, and chances are they might actually vote for you.
Well, it's correct. We've been talking. We've spoken to every party in council except the Democratic Alliance. Informally, we've spoken to one or two people in the Democratic Alliance. However, we are confident that those members might be true, because up until now, that's why you see the SG here, that's why you see the leadership here, because it's still last minute wheeling and dealing. Politics is about that. So this break is helping us to consolidate one or two things. One of the things that we had as the ANC, as a position, is that we are going to contest either way. So win or lose, we are going to contest. However, we made sure that as the largest party in council, I mean, we almost 20 more councillors more than the DA. Yeah. So I think it's a travesty that even the intention of the voters is not respected. People will masquerade themselves as being chosen by the people. Meanwhile, they've got 38%, about 6% less less than the ANC. So we believe it's time that we convert that intention of the voters into reality.
Staying on this issue of the ANC and the EFF last week had said that, listen, it's time you support their candidates. So, I mean, if they're supporting you here in the city of Johannesburg, then by all means, does this mean that you'll support the EFF in the city of Tshwane?
Well, that's a provincial and a national deal. I am not privy to those. I was told that the leaders are at least in talks, preliminary talks. Remember, the EFF has always voted with the DA. So this is a new terrain for us. I mean, we have been with Al Jama, with AIC, with the Patriotic Alliance. So we've been solid as a bloc. So if there are any movements, and politics there are always movements, we will get cue from the SG. And maybe the question should go to the SG.
So let's just say you are elected as the new mayor of the city of Johannesburg. I mean, this is the economic bloc of South Africa, if not the continent. Your first priorities, what will they be?
Well, we'll have to go back to the manifesto of the ANC. We'll have to go back to the IDP that's being adopted by council. We have to see what works, what doesn't work. And we have to think about the new vision. Of course, it's about, this is not an outright victory of the ANC. It's really how to accommodate everyone. What I know, if elected, I'll even consult the DA itself, because I think it must be an inclusive government. It will be a complete departure from Herman Mashaba, who I thought was very divisive. We'll have to reach out and talk and become at least one council now of 270 councillors. Talking
about Herman Mashaba and the legacy that he left, I know that the ANC is quite vocal, saying that Herman Mashaba had actually left the city in tatters. I know that the city's budget is worth 64 billion rand as of now. I mean, in terms of finances, I mean, you are the former MMC and Pakistan tenure. How do you then seek to turn around the city's finances if you're a mayor?
Well, you know, we have to go deeper. From the reports we see, there's a lot of work to be done to rebuild the reserves, to bring back the morale of the staff, to improve service delivery and all that. We've left Herman Mashaba in the last 2 weeks to open projects. I mean, we left him to have his moment of glory, because we just thought that he wants to have a legacy that, if you look at it, it's like saying a fish must swim, and then that thing is a legacy. There is nothing transformational that's done, but it's gone now. So there's no point in harping on somebody who's resigned, who's moved away from his own party. For us now is the future, and it's how we engage with his party, or former party, how do we engage with the EFF, how do we engage with everyone else to ensure that we move in a direction that takes the citizens of Johannesburg and all its residents into prosperity.
The Democratic Alliance has reacted to the nomination of Geoff Makhubo as the ANC's mayoral candidate for the city of Johannesburg. Watch.
I can't think of a more compromised candidate, because he's implicated very heavily in millions of rands worth of scandal in the form of the regiment's capital involvement, which involved the city back in the previous administration. But I suppose it's quite appropriate that he's introduced by the Secretary General, a very compromised Secretary General. Introducing a compromised candidate is bad for the ANC, more particularly bad because what he's done is he's used his high office to override his own provincial executive committee. If I was one of their PEC members, I would not be feeling very happy at this point in time. And I suppose this is his style. He overrides his top six. Who are the PEC? He'll override them as well. So that's what's happened. I don't think it's good for the ANC. I don't think their caucus is very happy, because not only is Mr. Makhubo here to make sure that they obey the whip and toe the line, but they've also brought out a very respected struggle stalwart in the form of Andrew Mlangeni, who doesn't look well, I must tell you. But he's here. He's obviously doing his duty for the party, and it's purely to put moral persuasion on the 122 ANC councillors to make sure they don't break ranks. Clearly they're worried. They're worried that people would break ranks because of the candidate that they've chosen.
Mike, now let's talk about issues of the DA. You guys don't have the numbers. How confident are you that Funzi Ngubeni will actually emerge as the mayor, or will be elected as the mayor?
Well, there are circumstances under which he can get elected. In our view, it doesn't take a 50% plus one majority of the council. So, you know, if we're in a situation where the ANC packs their bags and walks out, and we have a straight shootout between Funzi Ngubeni and Musa Navela, Funzi would win. So there are circumstances under which he can emerge as the mayor, and we're confident we've done all that we can in order to make that happen. It's the right choice, by the way, because that we've done so well. To actually end it right now and return to corruption would be enormously bad for all citizens in Johannesburg.
What does it then mean for you? The EFF is saying that it's time you support their candidates. You're not having it. The EFF is also not having it. They remain adamant they are not going to back either the DA or the ANC. What does this then mean for the DA?
I think we should all listen to the voters. The voters gave us over 100 councillors, gave the EFF 30. I think that speaks volumes, and we should then go with what the voters have said.